You had my curiosity. Now you have my attention.
Claire, I'm not standing here asking you to marry me. I'm just asking you not to marry him.
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
We're fighting an army of robots. And I have a bow and arrow.
It's the Al Travis Show, and we're very excited to have our next guest on. I say that I find this whole session has been disappointing for a lot of reasons. But I think one of the biggest misses we're probably going to have in this whole thing is what Senator Heather Gustafson, actually, I don't think you broke it with us, but you were on the show pretty early on, Senator, talking about your independent inspector general bill. I don't know, is that what you call it? What is your fancy, the big, beautiful bill you had?
It's just the Office of Inspector General.
Yeah, we got to work on titles. You need a marketing person. Big, beautiful bill, or, anyway. But you came on this show, and I absolutely love the idea. There's nothing at all anyone can tell me is wrong with this bill. For folks who don't know, basically you're saying instead of, I think we have two, it might be three, we have inspector generals, but they're housed underneath the thing they're supposed to look at. Human Services has one. Education has one. I don't know if there's a third one. But they're underneath the part of the government that they overlook. So they have to report to somebody whose job it is, to watch over it. Right. So this idea with the fraud that we've had, to have a completely independent group, take no extra, what I understand, no extra money, take them, move them over here where it's free. They don't have a boss sitting on top saying, no, let's not look into that, or whatever they say. Just independent. Makes so much sense. Mm-hmm. Where is that bill today, Senator? And if I said anything wrong about how this works, where is this bill today?
Just that the HHS piece, the DHS, their embedded IG has to stay with them. That is a federal requirement, but they would still have to report to the OIG. So the bill passed with overwhelming, broad bipartisan support in the Senate. 60 senators, right, representing all parts of Minnesota, voted yes to establishing an independent Office of Inspector General. And it was, I'm the chief author, so it was my bill, but I do want to give credit to Senator Cruen, who was not just my co-author, but co-presenter. He did a fabulous job as well. So, this truly was crafted with bipartisan groups, with everybody at the table, making sure that we got it just right. We are very proud of the bill. It preserves all of the federal funding. It is constitutionally sound. And most importantly, it is an independent oversight authority. It is a good bill that will help us and be a critical tool in fighting fraud, and proactively instead of reactively, which is sort of what we do now.
Two things. This federal law for human services, that it has to stay there. Yeah. I believe 100%, and if I can help, I will. You can get an exemption for that. They are currently looking at us as the number one fraud thing, of all time in Minnesota. They got, they're the ones who caught the feeding our futures guy. The House, the people there, the people at the federal level are looking at what's the problem in Minnesota. Senator Gustafson has the right. No, I get more trouble when I do that. Somebody will send me an email saying you're not, you're interviewing them. You're not supposed to be their friend. We've never hung together. I just like you very much. I believe if we got a hold of somebody, and I know a few people, we could say to the federal government, Minnesota wants an exemption, not to not have an IG, but to have a completely independent one where that guy comes. I think, now, you're not going to do it today, tomorrow, by Monday, but you get this bill passed. I think that's the next move, and I think it can get done. They're doing exceptions all the time, and you're not trying to get out of an inspector general. You just want it completely independent, and I think it's there. That being said, thank you, Senate, for passing. Great deal. Yeah. We're 4 days out from this session being done. Is this big, beautiful IG bill in the master bill that's going to get passed when this is all done, or where's it at on the House? Where are we at with all of it?
Well, to answer your first part, an exemption is a possibility, but that is going to take an enormous amount of new conversations. As it is right now, the agencies don't really like me very much. So
And you know the problem that Heather, Senator Gustafson, the problem with that is each of those organizations should love this idea. They should say thank you. It's out of control. I think the Department of Human Services today mentioned with the latest thing about housing fraud that there's so much money so fast we couldn't keep up. They should love you for being here and taking that off their shoulders.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I agree with you. This is something coming in to help everybody. This is not coming in to hurt anybody. Unless you're here to try to take advantage of our tax dollars, then it is meant to hurt you. But if you're just looking to keep our tax dollars going to where they're intended to go, this is a good bill. This is a good policy. Minnesotans want this. And so it is frustrating to have so much pushback from the agencies. And it is frustrating that the House is stuck on this issue unnecessarily because it got such broad support in the Senate. You know, it's hard to get 60 senators to vote on whether the sky is blue. We got that on this bill. So I am frustrated. I don't mind saying that publicly. It is frustrating to know how much work went into this. And again, not just by me as a Democrat, but also by Republicans. We were shoulder to shoulder in this work. This is not just the DFL thing. This is a Republican thing too. We're all frustrated on the Senate side.
You came on this show and you told me about this from day one. We were behind this thing because it makes sense. This is the issue, might be the wrong word. This is the beautiful part of having a 34, 33, 67, 67 House. Is you're going to find out those that are just playing team sports or those that want to help Minnesota. I'm throwing it out there. I presume, I might be wrong here, the governor or his people have gotten a hold of you. The head of these departments are getting a hold of you, not happy. You understand that. I would tell you that this is the stuff. They call themselves, what are they, the Blue Dog Dems or whatever. And I don't know what you call them when they're on the Republican side, the middle of the road, yellow dog. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Anyone that looks at this and says, well, that's a crappy idea, you got to tell me one reason why. Why is this a horrible idea? The only guy I can think who doesn't like it would be the governor because it takes it out from his being in charge of it, right? The ultimate person would not be him. So maybe he doesn't like it because of a power thing. But can you tell me what the resistance is? What did the other, you got 60 that said yes. What did the other 7 say no to?
Yeah. I mean, I used to think it was because we needed to make some language changes. So that's fine. So, what passes a 10th engrossment. So we've definitely made changes. So we would make a change and then there'd be a new problem. Then we'd make a change or a tweak and then there'd be a new problem. And then it just dawned on me that this isn't something that people want. And so then it was trying to figure out why. And when I say people, I mean a lot of status quo, not. I
understand.
Right. And so, then it was really trying to figure out why. And then, it's duplicative, but it's not. And it's redundant. No, it's not. It's going to cost too much money. It's less than $9 million in a biennium. And I think that, what's more expensive? Fraud. Fraud's more expensive. So I'm running out of reasons to try to give people the benefit of the doubt. And I'm wondering why out of all the other states in the country, Minnesota can't do this too. I don't get it. And I never will.
You're driving me nuts to sit here with brilliant human beings. We all voted you all up there and have someone tell you that $9 million is too much when we have over $600 million that has been stolen in the last how long? I mean, are you kidding me? Money well spent. And once we clean it all up, you want to cut back maybe, but you're kidding me? That is such a horrid argument. Horrid argument.
It's more expensive not to do anything. It's more expensive not to do anything. I don't want to see another $250 million lit on fire. And that's basically what happens with fraud because the money has already been spent by us. Oh. And then somebody else comes in and steals it. And so now it didn't do anything. The money is gone. The program never happened. The people didn't get help. And we're just left to go, okay, how do we stop this again? So then 60 senators say, well, we have an idea. And then it doesn't go anywhere else. And
I promise to get you out of here early because you've got work to do. And I thank you for taking the time out of a busy day today. So this is not getting the traction it needs on the House side. So is this in the ultimate bill? Is this in the whatever omnibus bill that'll come out when all this is done? Or is this over for the year and we take this thing back up next year? You're rolling your eyes. God, I hope people watch this on the YouTube. You are so sincere about that. As I'm asking a question, like, oh my, as soon as I hit, is it going to go another year? You love this bill. You know this is the right thing. Is it going anywhere by the end? You have 4 days.
I don't know. I mean, 4 days is still quite a bit of time amongst the legislature, right? So I do, it's not dead, right? Like we can do this. There is a path forward. There are ways that we can do this. And so I'm not going to give up, but, and if this ends up spilling into next year, it'll be the first thing that we talk about next session. So
well, you and I will. Does it help at all if I said, "Hey, call your representatives stuck in the Congress, call your legislator, call your rep, and say, hey, get this stupid bill passed. This makes the most sense of anything anyone's talked about all year. I've been here talking. This is the only thing that makes any sense. Call." Now, the tens of people that might do it, will that make any difference?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times people don't know the difference between the Senate and the House. You got to call the House. So look at the House. Yeah. Look
up your House, your representative, and find out. Senator, again, you were wonderful. Thank you. I know you're in the middle of caucusing and doing stuff, but you took the time. Thank you for doing this with me, and I am rooting for you. If there's anything the show can do, you let me know. We'll talk about it. You want a rep on that who wants to argue with us? We'll argue. We'll get on them. We'll do it, okay? Appreciate you.
Sounds great. Thank
Senator
you.
Heather Gustafson on The Al Travis Show.
Chanhassen Dinner Theaters brings